welcome. My name's Olivia. I'm going to take you through a little flow here. So all you really need is a yoga mat. I thought we would just do a quick little practice. This is typically what I like to do just to get my body moving, really. So whenever you're ready, you're just going to come to take a comfortable seat. This is called Sukhasana. So you're just going to sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, drop your shoulders, and then just place your hands gently onto your knees. Just taking a few moments here to tune inward. We're always so busy doing things, and it's really nice to just sit in silence and just observe what's going on in your mind, what's going on in your body. Also notice your breath. I like to do these little check-ins in the beginning just to notice how I can use my yoga practice as a tool to guide me into whatever I'm needing that day or that moment. Alrighty, and now blink open your eyes. Take your arms up over your head on your inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands together, bring them down to heart center. Do 4 more. Inhale, arms up. Slow exhale, hands come to heart center. 3 more, inhale. Nice big inhale. Let it go. Last round, maybe biggest deep breath yet. Inhale. Slowly release, exhale. Take your left hand onto your right knee and then take your right fingertips out behind you. Sitting up nice and tall here, gaze over your right shoulder. But try to keep your hips square and take the twist through the torso. Release back through the center, switch sides, right hand to left knee, left hand out behind you. Again, sit up tall, gaze over your left shoulder. Keeping the hips facing forward. And breathe. Release. And then coming onto hands and knees, we'll come into tabletop. So stacking your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, a couple rounds of cat and cow. So inhale to drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale to round and contract, suck your chin to your chest. Keep going here, linking the movement with the breath. Cat and cow is like little love notes to your body, I swear to God. I'm going to give you 2 options here. So you can either spin your hands towards, or your fingers to face towards your knees, and then keep doing your cat and cow here. Or you can take your forearms down and then do cat and cow on your forearms. Just feeling something a little bit different here. Let's do 1 more round. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to your neutral tabletop here. Taking your right leg through the hands. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears. And now taking your left hand to grab your right wrist. Grow tall on the inhale. Exhale, side bend over towards the left. Inhale, come back up through the center, and then send your left arm forward, right arm back, open up. Try to stack the shoulders. Inhale, arms up. And now exhale, plant your hands down to frame your front foot, straighten out your right leg, half splits. So in half splits, your toes are flexed towards your face, and then your hips are square. Just holding it for another breath. Come back through the low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, plant your palms down, step your right knee back, left foot steps forward. Inhale. Take a few moments here to ground down, tucking your tailbone. And now grabbing your left wrist, side bend over towards the right. Slowly come back up through the center. Send the right arm forward, left arm back. Open up into your twist. Gaze at the left thumb. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, plant the hands down to frame your foot. Straighten out the left leg. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. So keeping your left leg engaged. Flex the toes towards your face. Hips are square. Hold for one more breath. Bend back into the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Back to your tabletop. Let's come through to puppy pose here. So keeping your knees where they are, just begin to walk your hands forward. And then keeping your hips high, sink your chest down towards the ground. You can place your forehead onto the mat. If you want to go further, you can place your chin onto the mat. The key with puppy pose is to keep your hips stacked over your knees. Take 2 deep breaths. Slowly start to rise. Walk back into your tabletop. And then we'll take first downward facing dog. So just curling the toes under, lifting your hips up and back. Feel free to pedal out the feet here or sway the hips. Taking any movements that feel intuitive, feel good. Maybe even close your eyes, check in with your body. Once you're ready, begin to sink your heels down towards the mat. You can keep your knees bent here. We're focusing more on achieving a flat back. Once you're ready, right leg will come up, 3-legged dog. And now bend the knee, open the hip, and then start creating some nice big wide circles through that right hip. Trying to isolate the rest of your body before coming to the other side. Just switching those circles. All right, come back to 3-legged dog. Kick that right leg up and back, square the hips. And now step your right foot all the way to the outside of your hands. So meeting in a lizard lunge. Once you're here, just begin to shift forward and back on the back toes. Try to thread your chest through, keep it lifted. Right, fun little transition to Malasana here. Take your right foot out to the side just a little bit more. And then you're gonna do a little bit of a bend in the left knee to step it to the top of the mat. And then sit your hips low as the hands come to heart center, Malasana. Try to bring the thumbs closer towards heart center to open up through the chest. And then really press your elbows towards your knees to sit up a little bit taller. Beautiful. Plant your hands down, keep your hips high, and then step your left foot back. We're back in lizard. And now dropping that back knee down, coming to a quad stretch. So we're going to bend into the back knee, take your right hand and then reach back to grab a hold of your foot, if that's accessible here. And then keep sinking your hips nice and low. You can also open up the right foot out to the side if that feels good. And maybe even gaze over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Come back through the center. Back to your lizard. Hang out here for a moment. For curling the back toes under, step back into your plank, and now float through a vinyasa. So you can take chaturanga on the knees if you like. Inhale to your upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your left leg. Whoop! I live in a small condo. Take your left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. Start to create those nice big wide circles. And now switch directions. Keep breathing. Take it nice and slow, move with intention. And now extending that left leg back, squaring the hips. Step that left foot to the outside of the hands. Rocking back and forth on the back toes. And then same thing we did on the other side. Take your left foot out to the side just a little bit here. Press down into the left hand, bend into the right knee, step it to the top of the mat. Hips come low, back in Malasana. You can stay here with your hands at heart center. If you want to take it further, you can take your arms up overhead, holding the pose, not your breath, for 3, 2, and 1. Take your hands down, hips high, step your right foot back. Lizard lunge. Now taking the right knee down, and curl the toes under. Coming to that quad stretch, reach your left hand back, bend into the back knee, find your foot, take the bind. And again, you can open up that left foot out to the side as you gaze over your shoulder. Sink down through the hips. Stay with your breath. Carefully release that back knee. Right hand comes forward. Curl the back toes, step back to plank. Holding your plank nice and strong. Engage your core. For 3, 2, and 1. Flow through your vinyasa. Once you're ready, meeting back in downward facing dog. Coming down onto the knees once more. This time taking your right arm up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, thread it through, but we're going to float the right shoulder. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend the elbow, floating that shoulder. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, this time we plant the shoulder, plant the ear, taking your thread the needle. You've got some options here. You can wrap your left arm around your back to open up through the left shoulder. If you want to add a hamstring stretch, you can straighten out through the left leg. And if you want to take that further, you can find your balance here by floating that left leg up. Try not to take it too high or too out to the side. Trying to keep it square. For 3, 2, and 1. If you floated it up, take it back down. Left hand will plant down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, release. Switch sides. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through, floating that left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round, float it up, expand. Exhale, drop the shoulder, drop the ear. So same options, you can take your right arm around your back. You can take it into the hip crease or the thigh. Wherever you are, just try to open up the right shoulder. And then if you want to take that hamstring stretch, straighten out that leg. If you want to find your balance, float it up. Try to keep your toes flexed. That'll help with the opening of the hip. Breathe through the twists for 3, 2, and 1. Carefully drop it down if you floated it up. Take the right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, back to tabletop. Opening up the knees up here. Bring the big toes to touch. Sit low into child's pose. Just rest your forehead gently onto the mat. Relax your shoulders. Keep sinking your hips towards your heels. Deep belly breaths, allowing yourself to rest. Slowly coming up, back through tabletop, and then back through downward facing dog. Take your hips up and back. Let's pedal out the feet once more. Check in, notice how you're feeling. Sometimes even 10 minutes of movement can really change how we're feeling or change our day. Coming back through to downward dog, just finding stillness, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Release the neck, drop the head. And now come high on the toes, slowly tiptoe forward to the top of the mat. Grabbing opposite elbows, taking ragdoll. So really bend through the knees, connect the belly to thigh, sway from side to side. Just find that sense of release, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. You can shake the head no, you can nod a yes. Come back through to center, drop the hands down. We'll just come to take a seat. I'm gonna come to face you so you can see what I'm doing. Inhale your arms up, and then exhale, take your left arm underneath your right for eagle arms. On the inhale, take your elbows up in line with your shoulders, or maybe even higher, and then maybe taking a little bit of a back bend. On the exhale, slowly come down. The elbows come towards your belly button, point the pinky fingers down, tuck your chin to your chest. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release, arms come up. Switching sides, right elbow comes under left, finding your eagle arms, binding once or twice. On the inhale, taking the elbows up, take it into a back bend. Exhale, slow it down, drop it down. 2 more. Last one, let's really make it count here. Open up, expand. Exhale, drop the elbows, drop the chin, drop the head, drop the pinkies. Inhale, back up. Take your arms up overhead. Take your hands into prayer. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a moment to express gratitude for yourself, for taking time, dedicating it to your wellness, for cultivating a connection with mind, body, and breath. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. Namaste.